Hey, Wentworth World Entertainment, and it looks like Warner Brother Games may have actually learned their lesson from, go woke and go broke, because they're teasing now a big return to their biggest franchises. And they don't say specifically, but it does look like they could be going in the direction of more Harry Potter games, more Batman Arkham games, and a lot more. We're going to have a look at this. Now, one Batman game is announced. Even though they do say nothing DC related has been announced, yet there's a Game of Thrones game announced. However, that is a mobile game. And yet you really have to ask, is there much interest in mobile games nowadays? Other than DSP, who seems to be fascinated by the things and spends God knows how much on them. But are they really still popular, or were they ever popular? Don't know, but let's have a look at this anyway. So Warner Brother Games is returning to its biggest franchises, which follows the previous year's dips. The news also comes prior to the recent announcement that Paramount won the bidding war to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery. And that is quite telling that they're going to shift back to this, games people actually would want to play. So JB Perrette, I think is his name, who oversees global streaming and gaming for Warner Brothers Discovery, admitted the division got pulled in too many directions. He says that the company got distracted trying to go after too many IPs across too wide a set of studios. What that basically is him trying to say in a nice way is, we went woke, we went broke. So 2025 became a reset year, which means they pulled back, refocused, and stopped spreading teams thin. Okay, did they? Or was it, you gotta stop going with the likes of a Sweet Baby Inc. and what they're telling you to do? So Perrette pointed to what's on deck first. So Warner Brothers Games plans to release a new Lego Batman game and a Game of Thrones themed mobile game called Dragonfire. Those two are big brands, a safer console-friendly brand, Lego Batman, and a low-risk mobile play, Game of Thrones. So it sounds like you don't actually spend all that much money in the mobile games. However, you probably rack in the money because aren't almost all mobile games like pretty much buy to win? So it's like, hey, you need this set. Oh, you need this many points to get it though. Why don't you just spend $20 and get it? It's like that type of thing. The Lego Batman games, yeah, I'm pretty sure they all do pretty well. So that is a safe bet. So the part that matters most is that Perrette said the real fruits start showing up in 2027 and 2028 when Warner Brothers Games returns to some of its biggest franchises. He didn't name titles, but the implication is obvious, as Warner Brothers wants its heavy hitters back in the spotlight, and it's lining up those releases for that window. So via Variety, he said, the real fruits will start coming in 2027-2028, when we return to some of our biggest franchises. Perrette didn't specify any titles, but it's likely he was referencing the push for the studio to release a Hogwarts Legacy game sequel that will coincide with the debut of HBO's Harry Potter series. So if Warner Brothers is talking about biggest franchises, Harry Potter has to be on the list. The simplest read is that Warner Brothers wants a Hogwarts Legacy follow-up to land around the same time as HBO's Harry Potter series, so the game and the show feed each other. Of course, the question is, would the game overshadow the series if the show doesn't do well, or vice versa? And of course, we know the problems the show is starting to have. So that's the kind of synergy execs love, because it doesn't require inventing anything new. It's just scaling what already worked. So that's basically, the game, the show and the property. Here you go, they're hand in hand. So if Warner Brothers Games is returning to biggest franchises, DC fits that strategy perfectly. Batman games have been a proven moneymaker for years, and fans have been hearing rumblings about another major Batman project. To be clear, Perrette didn't confirm a new Arkham style game or any specific DC title, That's the part where they're wrong, because Lego Batman, that's a DC title. It might be Lego, but it's still DC as well, because it is Batman. So, but if Warner Brothers is serious about going back to its biggest brands, Batman is almost always in the conversation. Fans have been waiting for a Superman game too. And that is the thing. When Justice League killed, or what was it, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. When they dropped the trailer for that and you saw Superman, people got excited and were like, oh my god, we actually going to get to play Superman? And no, of course you didn't. And the less said about that game, the better. But yeah, a good Superman game would be great. If you could make a Superman game in the style and from the same people who brought the original Arkham games, and when I say original, I don't mean Arkham, that other one they brought out, what was that one called? Was it Arkham Knights? I think, maybe. The latest one that they brought out. Not the Suicide Squad one, which was also god-awful, but the one before that. You need the people who made the first original Arkham game. Then, of course, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City and stuff like that. You need those. You could get a game in the vein of that, but with Superman? Hell yeah. Imagine that. Imagine having the pairing of the Arkham games where you're Batman, which those games are fantastic, and a Superman game with the same type of mechanics that could work. My good God. And of course, the best part is you don't have to use the likes of a David Cornsweet model for it, or a Henry Cavill model. You take a comic book model and you use that as your Superman for the game. That would be fantastic. Hogwarts Legacy, I'm pretty sure they did announce Hogwarts Legacy 2 a while ago. It's the thing with the games is they take time, you know, especially if you get them coming out where they're gonna work, you know, so you're not just going through patch notes every bloody few weeks and whatnot. You take your time with them. Not a Grand Theft Auto style of taking your time where, you know, the game, will it ever come out? We're talking about getting it right, getting the story right, getting the motion capture right, getting the levels right, the structure of the game right, and of course the most vital thing, the gameplay right. But yeah, it does sound like they are pivoting back to real games, to where they're like, you know what, we've really dropped the ball as of late, pushing all the identity politics and all of that BS into our games. The last game I think that they put out that actually was a massive success was Hogwarts Legacy, so obviously they'd want to move for another one of those. But another Batman game, people will definitely be up for that, as long as it's true to what the original games were and not the newer versions. And of course, if they could make a Superman game, hell yeah, that would be great. But let's see what the next couple of years have in store for us. So it's something to look forward to, be a bit optimistic about. Same time, let's be cautious and, you know, have a bit of doubt in there, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt for now. What are you guys thinking? What do you think about the idea of possibly a Superman game or more Arkham games and a Hogwarts Legacy 2 game? Let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I shall catch you in the next one.